Okay, so hopefully some sound is coming through the microphone and you can see the image. This is simply a test of the Rumble Studio app in outdoor circumstances. Rumble Studio app on Android. I've got the mic for my headphones plugged in, and so I'm on site at the moment, just doing some research for video. And I thought whilst I was here, I might just have a test of the, going for a walk outdoors, because it's part of a new video series that I want to do. Hopefully the wind's not affecting the microphones too much, but this is just a test. And I'll review the footage a little bit later. It's difficult to see the phone screen when it's sunny like this. It's not going to be a long stream because I've got to get the bus back home. Wonder what happens if I'm turning noise cancellation off now, and I wonder if that has any difference on the sound of the microphone, the wind blowing, all that kind of stuff, obviously. Absolutely impossible to see anything going on the screen. Hopefully you can't hear my breathing like I'm Darth Vader or something. Do you know what I mean? Because I am breathing quite heavily. Seems to be a little bit of drift in my gimbal, so it keeps rotating in certain directions when I don't want it to. I might have to calibrate that later. One of the issues that I have with the Rumble Studio app is that it doesn't have a native landscape mode, so the camera that you can see right now is the cropped portrait mode, so you're not getting a full view. I did test before I went live. I've got this panoramic lens that clips over the main lens on the phone, but it doesn't seem to work very well. It kind of blurs the edges of the phone's camera lens out. I'm definitely getting some drift. Just try to alter the weight on the gimbal. Wonder if that has any effect. That's a slope in the hill, by the way. It's not. See, it's nice and level there. But over here, obviously it's a hill, so that's the slope in the hill. I wonder if the screen went blank there for a second because a software update came up on my screen. It seemed to go blank for a second there. Still got the echo cancellation off, or the noise cancellation off on my phone, and I'm still going through the microphone on the headphones. I'm hoping this is a good microphone on the headphones. If it's not, I don't really know what else to do. I guess I could get one of those fancy pants, you know, lavalier mics. See what it looks like in the shade over here. So I'm getting some auto white balance going on and auto dipping of the colors and, you know, the brightness, especially there where it doesn't seem to be able to make its mind up what it wants to do. Upwards drift could possibly be corrected by just moving the phone up in the gimbal a little. Maybe that'll be a bit better. Oh, we've got Legatus Legionis in the chat. So Jack is not just a studio streamer. Momentary blackout. Okay, so when that came up, it was a momentary blackout. I wonder what happens then. Okay, I'm going to actually exit to my home screen and see if it still works. So I'm exiting to my home screen now. And I wonder if it's picking up any of the audio now or the camera. And now if I go back into Rumble Studio, come on. Gosh darn it. I wonder if there was a momentary blackout just then. Let me know, Legatus, if you're still there. Yes, Legatus, this is literally just a test. Going to get a little bit of noise now because I'm going over a highway. Actually, this might be a very good place to test the audio cancellation. Noise cancellation going on now. So I wonder if that's made a difference in terms of all the cars going underneath me. Oh, is that a little bunny? That was a little bunny rabbit, that was. I think I told a bunny. Come back, little bunny rabbit. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm just doing a test stream, an audio-visual test stream. I still hear you and not the traffic. Ah, okay, black screen and Rumble are. Okay, so if I... No, this isn't where Jack Tarlad and Jack Tarlass go for a walk. I'm actually away from home at the moment. I was saying I can't stay online too much, but I'm actually doing some research for a video at the moment. So I'm in the area to do that basically. But I thought whilst I'm here, I'm in the outdoors. I've got my, this is going through my phone data, you see. Here we have what we call a style for you American people out there. I don't know if you know about styles, but they're basically metal structures in which you can go over on public footpaths in the UK. I found out last night from being on B-Roll Studios backstage that in America, even though land is all land in America apparently is private land and no one's allowed to walk over it, but here in the UK, even if it's private land, there are public footpaths. They're like public rights of way in which the public can freely traverse, even though it's private land. There are still certain restrictions on the land. You're not allowed to do certain things on it. You know, you're not allowed to like dump rubbish. You're not allowed to, you know, dig, that sort of stuff. This is all just farmland here, but there are public footpaths through which you're allowed to freely traverse. So you've got the sheepies over there. Yeah, so there's some sheep over there grazing, and I think over here as well we've got some cows. The cows. What does the mic sound like, Legatus? I mean, is it decent? Because obviously I can't hear what's going on at the moment. There we are. Look, if I just shade the sun from the camera, there's the cows. Moo. Anyway, mate, no, this isn't where me and my daughter come walking. We go other places walking. We're just outside having a look around because I just wanted to test the streaming functions with my data on my phone. I'm actually just going to turn the echo cancellation back, or the noise cancellation back off, because I want to see if it makes much difference. When I get back home and I review the footage, I'll see whether or not it makes much difference. It's funny, you know, because I know from looking at the footpath maps, I know that there's a public footpath that runs along here, and strangely they've put a fence across it, but I know that you can traverse along that path there. I know that it's free to roam. But there is also another path that way. And there was a gate across that too. So I don't know what they think they're doing by putting gates across public footpaths, but it's not right. Anyway, back over the stile we go, because I've got to get back and catch that bus home. Got to go all the way back into Birmingham city centre and out again. I wonder if we'll catch that bunny wabbit. Come here, little bunny wabbit. I don't want to hurt you. I just want to eat you for tea. Of course, I wouldn't be able to do that. Hunting on private land is forbidden. Das ist verboten. It's going to get a bit noisy again, I think, as we go across the motorway. Who else we got in the chat? Oh, I can see that there are at least 3 people watching. It went out of focus for a bit, did it? Okay. Thanks for the update, Legatus. Anyway, back to where we started. It's a lovely patch of land in the south of Birmingham. On site, doing some research for an upcoming video series. And what's more is, I think this is going to be one of the future video series that I do. Actually, I'm going to be doing a show called Rumble Rambles. So it's going to be a Rumble exclusive show where I literally just go for a walk through some of these wonderful public footpaths that stretch around Birmingham, really, because Birmingham's obviously a major city, but it's surrounded, absolutely surrounded, all around the outskirts with farmland, and through which public footpaths go. Of course, we've also got like country parks and stuff like that in the middle of the city, and you know, in some suburban areas we've got like country parks that you can go for a walk around. So yeah, I think that this is going to be one of my new shows. Rumble Rambles is what I'm thinking of calling it. And it's going to include me walking through an area or going down some footpaths, but also possibly, if I can find some interesting features, you know, interesting things about the places where I'm walking, I'll be doing that also, you know, like talking about them, playing a video in between whilst I'm doing some of the walking, all that kind of stuff, all that lovely stuff, you know, interesting stuff for boring people like me. But it's nice to see, it's nice to go out in nature, especially when the sun's out. You know, we only get about 2 weeks of summer, and it pisses down the rest of the fucking year. So I need to try to make the most of it, I guess. See what you're saying. Like now, it's out of focus. Is it completely out of focus? Like, because I've only got a small, tiny screen to see, and so while it looks in focus to me, I might have to adjust some settings on my actual camera to stop it from going out of focus. So it might just be that it's trying to focus on something on the foreground rather than the background. I'm going to lower the phone in the gimbal for a second, because I'm still getting that upwards bias in the drift. It keeps wanting to drift upwards. Now focused. Prophetic Apathetic, it's good to see you in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, just out for a walk, mate. Just testing the Rumble Studio app on Android. I want to make sure that the audio visual settings are, you know, right for a future stream that I've got coming up. And so, yeah, that's what we're doing at the minute. The gimbal seems to be working pretty well, but I'm not fond of this drift that it keeps giving me. It seems like it's slightly out of kilter on the balance, so I'm going to have to work on that, I think. And you can still see my downward foot shakes. So when I actually take a step, even though like the sort of the pan and the, you know, all that is kind of smooth, when I'm actually taking steps, you can still see the sort of jolty steps, which I'm not particularly pleased about. Wonder if nah, it doesn't want to go any further than that. Anyway, I think that's it for now, boys and girls. So I really appreciate you coming to join me on this test. When it looks at distance, it's out of focus. Okay, audio has been great. All right, brilliant. Well, like I say, I appreciate you joining me here for this test of the software and the hardware. But I'm going to go now because I've got to go catch my bus, and it's getting late in the afternoon and traffic and all that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, I will see you soon. Don't forget that I'm on Tomby's midweek Hump Day Chinwag at 8 o'clock British time. I think that's about 2 o'clock Central or something like that. Anyway, have a good one. Take care. Ta-da.